Although it is not Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I was due for a checkup last October, but like getting the appointment done was really complicated and difficult. So this is my birthday gift to me. Last year, 2 years ago, I had a lump in my breast, and now I have a glitter that was placed in there, because that's what I'm going to call it, a glitter. It's where there is a tissue that is abnormal but not cancerous. But the crazy part is that it can turn cancerous. And 20% of those type of tissues turned cancerous. So examination and or mammograms. So it's my birthday coming, and last year, October, I was supposed to do my breast cancer check, which I normally will be doing because, hello, when you're in your 40s, that's when you've graduated to the next series of examinations just to make sure you're okay. But I'm 42, going on 43. And when I was 41, I went to go do my mammogram, and turns out I had a lump in my breast. Now, with some of these lumps that you get, some of those are non-cancerous and or cancerous, or they can be non-cancerous and turn into cancer later, which, like the one that I have says normally turns into cancer 20%. I mean, if you ask me, that's pretty big percentage, but it is what it was, and that's what it is right now. But at the moment, or what they did was they did a biopsy just to make sure that the tissues are normal, and that was a halfway uncomfortable but comfortable experience. The doctor that did the procedure was really super nice. The assistant was really nice, and when they were done doing the procedure, what they did was inserted a metal piece so that way when I do the x-ray, it's identified in the x-ray. So I like to call it a sparkly glitter for identification. Now, just to make my life that much more easier and or honor myself that much more, I've decided to wait until May to do my mammogram. And so every year in April, I'm going to be scheduling my mammogram for May, so that way it's easier for me to get either checked, diagnosed, or whatever it is that needs to happen to make sure that I'm healthy and I'm able to basically live a life that I can. And if it does turn into something, or hopefully never does, and if it does, it can be identified that much more faster. Because believe you me, that was scary. Going weeks waiting for your results, because just so happened, and I'm laughing now because it's already done, but just so happened, like, my results never transferred over to my chart. And so it was like literally weeks. And I was like, okay, are these people going to call me? Are they going to let me know? Because I got the mammogram because I was like, when somebody told me, oh, when you get your mammogram, like sometimes they always call you back because they don't get a clear enough picture. And they were calling me, so I just thought it was that, and I was just avoiding it. But something made me go into my chart just to identify like the actual, see what was in there. And next thing you know, it says, oh, you have something on your left breast. What do you mean I have something? What does that even mean? Oh my God, that was definitely a freak out moment. And when I finally got in touch with the doctor transferred it over into my chart and told me exactly what was going on, what was happening, what I could do. And because once you have an abnormal result, did you guys know that they do ultrasound? They do ultrasound. And remember, I don't know if you remember, and I'll probably share it again, but when it came to getting your mammograms, they smushed the mess out of your boobs. They smushed them. And now they're doing an ultrasound, which I would prefer that type of smush than the other. But regardless, it's neither here nor there. They say it's easier to identify when they smush you and then ultrasound you. So I'm saying this to say, just to make October a little less overwhelming for everybody, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it is to kind of help remind you and bring you back on board to like, hey, you got to get checked. And you can do that by scheduling possibly a mammogram on your birthday, or a week before, or a week after, or your birthday month. But just making it that much more easier for appointments and things, and you planning ahead to take care of yourself. And every year should definitely be an upgrade. But I must say that that was a moment where I was extremely terrified, nervous, and basically shared it with nobody. And a few somebodies, because those few somebodies are the only people that I felt would bring me the comfort that I needed. And I think that's something that you should do. You should share it with people who you know are going to be your biggest support system, someone that isn't going to make you feel nervous, scared. And that's not to say that they won't, it's human nature to be worried and want to give you all the extra details on what to do. And sometimes it's even like overwhelming, because sometimes you just have to process what's going on, and it's definitely a hard situation to handle and deal with. And at that particular time that I was getting it done, I wasn't at work because there was a situation that was going on with the whole pandemic. And I was literally off of work, but at the same time panicking, at the same time hoping that I was okay. 30 days of not working and being in my home, in my bubble, and just worrying, like, I just hope that everything's okay. I hope that my children are going to have a mother be there for them as long as I would love to be there for them. And I think that was one of my biggest worries. So take that moment today, schedule your appointment around your birthday month. That would make life just that much more easier, and don't shy away from it. And if you start feeling uncomfortable in different locations, areas around your breasts, definitely take that moment to go to the doctor, make an appointment. Sometimes at the end of the day, we have to be accountable for our health, and we can only go so far as taking care of ourselves as much as we can. It doesn't mean that with every examination there can be help or a cure, but it definitely means that you can be more prepared, more aware, and also getting your family on board with knowing what's going on and what's your next steps and what it is that you want to move forward on. Because at the end of the day, your actions are a reflection, and it doesn't just affect you, it affects everybody. And even though it's your choice, there's still other people that are going to be affected by it. And a lot of times, other family members want to be a part of it. They want to support you in those actions that you're taking to take care of yourself, to be able to be better, last longer. I don't even know how far I want to take this, but I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that you're having an amazing day. I hope that somehow this inspires you to take care of yourself and do those special steps that you're supposed to do. That, I mean, not everybody, because best believe there are some people who are super young that have breast cancer and or lumps, and it's not so prominent, and to know your family line is completely difficult for a lot of people, especially if you don't have your parents, or if you don't know them, or if you're adopted, or if you only have one parent and not the other, and you don't know the background history of what the other family might have. And I think with me, that's just been one of those things. The only thing that I knew was that my great-grandma had cancer, breast cancer, and she had both of her breasts removed. But with medical doctors, they've like, oh no, well, she was older. So it's kind of like you get that little, well, you're kind of too old. You don't get tested until it's too late. And so there you go. So, all right. Mwah. Love you. Take care. And you'll definitely be hearing from me soon.